Okay, so today I want to introduce you to a concept of having an application communicate with a database. Now this is something we do in level 5, but if you can grab it earlier, that means less work for me when you do arrive in level 5. So we're going to do this in the platform that you are very used to, Visual Studio. We're also going to be using a very familiar template, which is of Windows Form. So if you can go to your Visual Studio and look for Forms, Windows Form application. This one, let's call it registration. And we are creating our project like that. Because I prefer having nicer thing on my projects, I'm gonna immediately go look out for a logo, a nice logo online. Let me check if I have something here on my downloads. I think this is a picture, but just go get a nice logo of any company or any product that you want. Okay, I think this is the second time I'm using this Visual Studio, so it's going to take a while for it to load. Let me use dynamic DNA. So under images, you can easily pick up very nice quality image here. Okay, while this is loading, let me do the following. Or show you how to do the following. I'm sure yours has finished loading. If you go to the start button of your machine, right, this is an instruction now. If you go to the start button and type the letters SQL, you heard me? Type the letters SQL on your computers and look out for this software which is called Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, right? Don't look for anything else. This one, which is called Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, because there could be more like SQL Server Profiler, SQL Server Installation Center. There could be more. So look out for this one. It is specifically this icon. Once you have it, I want you to open it. And I'm going to give you the brief of the project here. On what are we doing. Okay, so we're gonna be making a registration form. I know we've done a registration form before, but our data was not going anywhere. So now we need a way to create a registration form and be able to throw our data into what we call a database, right? So we're gonna ask a few details from a person, like the name of the person. We're also going to ask the surname of the person. We're going to make them select a gender. We'll ask for an email. We'll ask if ever they are South African or non-South African. What do we call that? Citizenship. Citizenship. Okay, I think these 5 details are enough for us to learn with. There will also be an assignment afterwards, specifically for you guys who are here, that you need to perform as well. It's not going to be that hard. Oh, this project is taking the whole year. Okay, so let me minimize most of the things here. Visual Studio, I think it's ready. Ooh, what was that? I'm going to fight here with this new Visual Studio. Class form initialize components. What happens when I run it? Okay, it failed to load the NuGet package. Okay. There we go. The other software is open for you, ne? The SQL, the one I said you must open, this one, or is still loading also? Now to log into that SQL, the one I'm saying we must do, we'll make sure that the first option must be saying database engine. The second option, we must type, where it's asking for a server name, we must type, let me just say, server name, you will put SQL in small letters, server dot dynamic dna.co.za, right? And then on the username, you will put special, and then on the password, because you are special, ne? On the password you'll put 123. Okay, I'm gonna add you just now. Don't log in as yet. So what I'm speaking about is the first option. The server type is database engine, right? Server name, I've just told you the server name. The login, I said you type special, and then the password you will type 123. So let me just log in first and make you a user. Here are the details: SQL Server .dynamicdna.co.za. Username, you put special. Password, you put 123. You can't? You can. Okay. So if you can't edit the username, I'm just gonna show you now what you're supposed to do. Let me just finish. Done. Okay. Now what you're experiencing is that here it's selecting Windows authentication, right? You must make sure it goes to SQL Server authentication. Then you will see the username, password will be on for you. Then you can easily enter those details. So we're saying you will enter out special 123. Press connect. It will display something similar to this. That's all you have to do for now. Are you logged on? Are you seeing something like this? All of us. Here are the details again, once more. You must make sure that on authentication, you select what? SQL Server authentication. Yeah? Sit on the other one. Tendo. By the name of Q. Oh, okay. You can send him up. Ah, come on. So. Yeah, I'm coming. Eh? Just have a seat there. You managed to log in, eh? So I want us to say all the time we create application, they must be utilizing what we call a database. So if you have logged in like this, let me bring up the magnifier. Okay, that's good. So if you have logged in like this, as you can see on me, what you have to do is just go to the database and expand. It's gonna list a lot of databases. You can see, né? There will be a lot of databases. Your job now is just to go and right click anywhere here, right? Then there will be an option to say what? New database. Can you see this option? Hello?
Yes.
Right. Once you open up that option, a page like this will be thrown at your face, and all you need to do is give it a name here at the top. It's saying database name. Please put registration minus, no space, ne? Registration minus, I'm gonna write my name here, Tendo. Right? This is because there are so many databases, you just can't call it registration alone, right? It might have been used already. So registration minus Tendo, then you press OK. That's all you need to do. And then by nature of things, your database will become the very last database on the list here. Are we together? Have we all done that part? Okay. If we have, we can then navigate. Okay, let's finish here first. Now on this database which you just created, right? Let me check if people have done it. I'm gonna refresh. So after refreshing, wait a minute. Refresh. And I'm gonna look for this database we just created. So many registration, but I can see mine. Registration minus Tendo, I see it here. I don't see any other one. What? No. I said minus, isn't it? Where's yours? Or these are relational. Registration form, what? Yes, mine. I see Kentani, I see small letters. Why? Who's doing it with small letters? No space. I see one here. So only 4. All right. Nevertheless, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna create a table, right? So go to your database, and then you can see here it is, and expand into it. You will see there are some new folders there created for you. On the one which is saying tables, you can expand as well. You will see that there are new folders as well inside, right? Nothing to learn so far about this. Just right click on the folder called table and say new table. You will hear someone asking, what? Utini. But it's very clear, this thing. I don't understand why it would be difficult. Now, we're going to create these details here. Remember what we said. What do we need from the user? The 5 details: the name, surname, gender, email, and citizenship, right? So we need those columns. Those should be the columns. So we go back here. This is our column designer, this one. So we're going to say we're looking for the name, we're looking for the surname, we're looking for the gender, we're looking for your email, and citizenship. Should I carry on? You need to also change the data type on this section where it's asking for data type. Just change it by typing, or let's increase. Let's just increase from where it's saying 10, make it 100 all over. You will learn about what we're doing here later on. Just put it to 100 and then leave it like that. Once you've put everything into 100, make sure that you press the big save button. You can see the big save button, right? Click that one. A window will be presented to you with a name of a table. Let's call this users or members. Are we good? Press OK. And then go to this folder again called table and just right click and press refresh. You will see there will be now someone is not listening here. Someone went to my database and they created a table. They even got the spelling wrong of members. They're in this class. Natasha, is it you? Natasha, you are creating beef. Okay, nevertheless, let's right click into our table, right? The one you created. Those who are going with bars, they must click their bars here. Okay, right click and select this option which says select top 1000 rows. Can you see the option? Select top 1000 row. Can you see it? Click that option. There will be some gibberish which is written here. By the way, whatever is written here is a programming language called SQL, right? Structure query language. Now this is our table, right? It will be in a format as if you have seen in an Excel spreadsheet once we start putting in data here. So far there's no data, right? Okay, let's navigate back now to what? To Visual Studio. We're done here. Let's navigate back to Visual Studio and create a nice form that speaks to those values there. Okay, let me bring up my toolbox. You know my basic changes on a form, right? let me look for it. From sizable, I basically change this. From sizable, I prefer fixed to tool window, and then from back color, I prefer to make it very clear, and then as we go, I prefer to remove the text. We move on, and then I make sure that the start position, it's obviously in the center screen, and then when it's asking for minimize box, I change this to false. Together with maximize box, I change it to false also. That is my basic changes on a form. Now, after doing all that, let's now throw in some values. So we're gonna need a picture box for our logo. So I'm gonna take a picture box, throw in here, and then immediately set it up. Now you can't complain here where you have done this numerous times. Am I correct? Correct or not? You don't want to answer. Go choose the image, the one we downloaded earlier for dynamic DNA. Here is my dynamic DNA image. I'm gonna change the size mode from normal to stretch, and then I'm gonna load the image to look like that. Maybe put it in the center as well. Nothing hectic so far, eh? I'm done with the picture box. I need a label. Take a label, put it on my form. I'll also need a text box. Take a text box, put it to my form. Done. Now I'm gonna change the label based on these values, right? What is the first value we're looking for? The name of the person, right? So I'm gonna go to my label. The text of the label should be changed now to say name. As you can see, then when we ask for a name, someone must respond with their name right here. I'm gonna give them a bigger structure. Now I'm looking for surname. There's no need for me to go to the toolbox and pick up a label again, right? Can easily copy these two, paste them, and just drag them along where I want them. I want them here, but I need to change this from name to what? What's the next value? Surname. Done. But then you can see surname has disappeared there, so I'm gonna make sure I move this direction. That means this one must also align with this. Alignment is very important. Now for gender, I will prefer a combo box. Combo box for a gender. And then I'm easily gonna go to the items, edit the items. I'll have the male, I'll have the female, and I'll include all others here, like that. Now this combo box, I need to change the way it appears. So the flat style of this combo box is on, the drop down style. It's on drop down. I want to make it a drop list. Now check the difference. This one is clear white, right? If I change it to simple, it's like that, né? If I change it to drop down, it goes back to where they are hidden. If I change it to drop down list, that means it's a requirement. You're supposed to give me this value. Okay, but then I don't have a label for this, so let me copy one label and bring it here. And the question here, or the text, will be saying gender. You are following, ne? After gender, what do we have? Email. So for email, it's obviously what I had copied before, which is this two. Copy it again, bring it down to the correct location. So I just have to change this from surname to email. Next up, what was the last one? Citizenship. I can do the same one. I can say this, copy, paste, bring here. Just change the label text here from gender to citizenship. Okay, now citizenship is long, so it's going to force me to move all of my things so that they are aligned like that. But the values here, remember, are still male, female, and others. I must go change them to say SA and non-SA. Done. Now basically this is what we're going to be doing. So let me make my form to fit what I want. Okay, so this is basically my registration form. But how do I save? So I need a button, so let me increase here. Let's go drag a button. Here is my button. Make it a little bit bigger, like that. Then come to the text, and I'll just say save. Let's say register. And this will be our nice button here for register. Let's copy another one to clear the data here. So this one will be cancel. Okay, let's try to include the colors of dynamic DNA to these things. So both of them, I'm gonna change their flat style from standard. I'm gonna make it a pop-up image, and I'm gonna make sure that this one, it's the orange one for dynamic DNA, by changing its background color. Background color, it's actually white. Not sure if I'll be able to pick up dynamic DNA colors from here. Maybe this is the one. And make the text from black to be this. The cancel one, let's make it the orange one, so the back color. Let's look for the orange of dynamic DNA here. I'm not sure which one it is, but this looks more yellow. Do we have orange here? Oh, I can't find it. Let me go to the web. Maybe there is an orange color here. Yeah, maybe dark orange. I tried. Then the fore color obviously changed to be white, and this is all decoration, so nothing important so far. Last thing we're gonna do on our form is to name the properties. So starting with the value that is gonna hold the name. We scroll down, we go to the text box where it's saying text box 1. We'll just say name TXB. Done. We go to the next one. This one is for the surname. Surname TXB. This is a combo box. This one is for gender, right? So gender combo box. We go to the other one, email TXB. Email TXB. Last one is a combo box, which is this one. Citizenship. I'll just say citizenship combo box. We're left with the buttons. So this is the cancel button. Cancel BTN. We move on to the register. This will be the register BTN. Done. So we've successfully named all of our things. We can now start with programming, right? So let's start with the simple programming here. Is to say when you press cancel, all the data which was there must be cleared, right? So let's call the names of those things we just renamed. So the first one is name, txb. We're looking for the text of this thing. So the text of this should be equals to nothing when we click this button. Then we can go and navigate to surname. We're also looking for the text. The text of this will also be nothing. Then we are looking for what? For gender, combo box. Right? But here we're not looking for the text. Remember, the combo box is not holding text, it's holding options. So we must say the gender combo box dot selected is it selected text dot I'm trying to look. It can be selected text. I think it's selected option. So the dot selected let's try reset combo box dot refresh function. Not sure how we're gonna deal with this one, but we'll figure out a way. So let me skip them for now. All the combo box I'm gonna skip until I figure out a way. What else is the text box? It's an email, eh? Email text box dot text. Yo, I'm loving this new Visual Studio. The suggestion did you see their suggestions are on point? Like you don't have to type anything at all. Now let's quickly test this. So at the end of the day, this application we're building should be able to communicate with these values here. So when we press save and we come here, we must see those values here. Magic, ne? So why is it not loading? Natasha, is it you? You are doing hip hip hure in class.
It's my birthday.
Tendo speaking. Hi JD. I'm checking the number here. I think I called you yesterday. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes. Can I go view first? Monday between 4 and 6. Okay, no. Yes, obviously. Yes. I'll give you a call on Monday. All right. Bye. And let's check. And then you will select here you're a South African citizen. It's pretty much simple, a simple application, right? You will press register, and when you press register, the information which is here must be sent here. That is the aim, right? Are we together? We have not yet arrived there, but what we have done so far is this. So I'm looking for a way to reset this. So let's hope these guys online will be able to help us quickly. We've got some very nice friends online here. It's taking its time to load. Okay, so this is how we search for things. We'll say how to reset a combo box in C#. Here we go. How do I clear a combo box? Accept the cookies. Reset text. Items.clear. Okay. So apparently we'll just have to go and say, let me do it in order. So after the surname one, we bring the gender combo box dot items dot clear. I'm loving this new Visual Studio. The other one is citizenship items dot clear. How nice is this? We're no longer programming. We're selecting these days. So let's rerun it. It should be faster now because it's already in the background. As expected. Boom. So details, select details, select, cancel. You see we're now moving, ne? Okay. Now let's go to the scary part now. What do we do when we are clicking the button for register? Pressing. Yeah. Things are good this side. Okay. Yes. I'm at work here. Very soon. 4. Yeah. We'll talk. I'm in class. Sharp. Okay, so by double clicking on the button for register, we will then be presented with this piece of code. Now, we're gonna write a lot of code which means nothing to you for now, but this is just to arrive at the aim of saving this data into the database, right? So this is what we'll do. I'm gonna start at the very top here, very top here, at the top, somewhere here. Namespace, what reg? What? I've never seen these things. Yeah, somewhere here inside the partial class. Let me look if it comes with the things. SQL, it doesn't come with anything. So just before the namespace on reg, I'm gonna press enter. Or in your case, you'll find that your Visual Studio is saying using system.what, ne? Just including those, just go and also say using system.data.SQL client, like that. So this is the statement you will add. Yours comes already with other statements already, ne? They will be saying using what, using what. You just have to make an addition in between those using, or at the end of the last using statement, you include this statement, such that when you come here now and you say SQL, okay, mine needs some prayers first. It's a new thing. So we go to tools, NuGet Packet Manager. I'm gonna go to the ones that are not yet installed, and I'm gonna type SQL system.data.SQL client. It has to be imported or installed into my project. In your case, I don't think you have to do this, but if you are requested to do that, you saw the drill. You go to tools, we accept this. Okay, you go to so many accepting. You go to tools, NuGet Packet Manager, and you select NuGet Packet Managers, manage NuGet packages for solution, it will open up a page like this. Then from there, it will be by default on installed. Then you just have to go to browse and browse for SQL data, system.data.sql. This will allow you to say, when you are here into the partial class, you can say SQL, right? You will see there will be some option. You will say connection, right? And give it a name. Let's go with what they are saying here. I'm loving this new SQL, this new Visual Studio. So new SQL connection, like that. Should have just went with the suggestion. Okay, so your code then, the new statement you just wrote is to say SQL connection, which will be called con. You are going to create it here, but the connection will sit somewhere here. I'm going to show you how to get the connection later on. Now inside your database, you will then say, okay, that con you created, dot open. You're going to open the connection. You will do something in between here. When you are done, you will say con dot close. I'm loving this new Visual Studio, Shem. Like if I was programming alone, I don't know how many projects I would have completed. No more typing. Now from there, we're going to create what we call SQL command. So we'll say SQL command. Look at this. Hey man. This is based on the connection. No, shame. Now we're gonna put the command here. Remember I said we're gonna put the connection string here, ne? Now the command that allow us to save the data, we're going to put it here. From there we'll say, all right, we're done with the command. This command we're speaking about must now be executed with a non-query. Ooh, I'm loving this. Then we'll do a message box dot show. Why is it not giving me ideas on message box? We'll say we'll just say saved. After saving, it's important to also clear the data, right? After saving, so clearing the data, remember we already have the code for clearing the data. We put it here underneath the message for saving. So basically this will be how things are working in our code. Nothing crazy, guys. So let's start with the connection. Where do we get the connection? So if you go to your Visual Studio, there will be an option called Server Explorer. This is next to your toolbox. Server Explorer, bring that one up. You can see in your case it could be having nothing. Then there's this option at the top which says connect to a database. You will press connect. It will bring up a questionnaire like this where you're supposed to select what kind of database are you connecting to. Which one do you think we're connecting to here? This one. It's not a database file, right? It's just Microsoft SQL Server, right? Then you say continue. It will bring another page to you. This stage, by the way, it's equivalent to this stage. You remember this stage? So whatever it's asking us now, it's exactly what we asked when we're logging into that server. So server name, what was our server name? SQL Server dot .co.za. Right. Dynamic DNA.co.za. Now, was this the authentication we were using? We were using which one? SQL Server authentication, right? You see the username and thing are now on. What is our username? Special. What is our password? 123. What is the name of the database? This new Visual Studio, it's fire. Then you must test if ever they are communicating, right? By pressing this button. You will see it says test connection succeeded, right? You say okay. You press okay. But after pressing okay, be on the lookout for this section called properties. So we say, okay, we go look at properties. The properties are going to change. You see the properties now are looking at this server, right? They're looking at this file which is here. So we go and check, do we have something called connection string under properties? Can you see it? Remember I said connection string will sit where? Here, ne? So wherever they are saying connection string, we're going to copy the values. So I'm going to click here, go back to properties. You see connection string here, they are saying this is the connection string, right? I will highlight everything, copy it, and bring it here, like that. But you see the password has been hidden. So I have to delete those hidden stars and put the correct password. That's the only thing I needed to do there. We're almost done. But we're going to another long gibberish thing now. Whatever we've been doing was easy. This part for the command, it's quite difficult. So if you want to learn this one, if you're excited, there's a whole section on that YouTube channel which is speaking about what to write here. So I'm going to write this from my head. So it will say insert, that means we're putting something into that table we created, into, what is the name of the table? Members, ne? Natasha. Insert into members, and then I will say the values of those members are as follows. It's a very long code. How I know it, don't ask me. So the values, because they are all string, we will say the first value, not like that. It will be the first value, comma, the second value. This will name surname, right? Comma, gender, comma, email, comma, right? Not only that, in between these single quotations, I must put 2 double quotations. Why? You learn later. It's not time for learning. It's time to watching. You know? So this is the 2 double quotations. The 2 double quotations. You can see I'm having errors now. Ne? 2 double quotations. So the double quotations are in the middle, but we're not done. In the middle of the double quotations, you put 2 double plus signs. Right? I'm going to tell you why we need to do this. The errors are going to be gone very soon. We're almost done. Now, the reason we're doing that is because this section of the code, the double quotation and the 2 plus sign, this is C# programming language. This one you see here, starting from insert into members value, and the brackets and the single quotation are a programming language called SQL. So we're combining the 2 programming languages. So when you break out from this programming language, you break out by putting this double quotation. Then you write a code of C# in between the plus signs. When you want to come back to SQL, you come back with a double quotation, single quotation, you continue with your SQL. Some crazy things happening there, but don't worry. Now, remember those values of, yeah, let me just show you why we have to do that. I will bring this code back just now, don't cry. Let me do this. Let's say I want to call the variable called name. Remember, we have name text box. If I type name here, do you see it can't even suggest for me what I'm typing? Because this is SQL. There's nothing called name in SQL in this stage. There's no combo box, there's nothing. But then guess what? If I go in between the plus sign and I say I'm looking for, can you see it remembers? I'm looking for name. Text box dot text. Here I'm looking for surname text box dot text. And then the third one is what? Let's go for the fourth one because it's simple. This one for combo box will deal with them. This one is email text box dot text. Let's deal with these ones now. Now on this one, we'll call the gender, obviously, combo box, but this time around we must say select dot selected item, the item that have been selected, dot to string. Ziyakhala manje. Okay, last one also, citizenship dot selected item dot to string. It comes with brackets. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. We are running it now. Remember, on our database, we have nothing here. You remember? So when I press execute here on this code, it brings back no value. Ne? But now, because we have a certain application we've built, here it says it's running. Where is it? Here it is. So I'm gonna put myself now. There we go. Name is Tendo, surname is Pakali, gender is male, email address Pakali dot Tendo at gmail.com, citizenship, I'm in South Africa, press register. But we have an error. So the error is saying invalid object name insert into members. So it says the members I'm using here is not correct. So let me refresh this, check. Registration Tendo members. I'm looking just for this name. Okay, just thrown an error. Open connection. CMD command insert into members. Just a second, guys. We have our name text box, surname text box. Okay, let me catch the exception then. Members. Let's check our friends from the internet on the SQL statement for inserting. Insert into the name of the table, where in the values are these. We can also omit the name of the tables. Okay. Just gonna add a few statements to see what is it saying. So I'll say exception EX. Message box dot show EX. Are you ready for this life, guys? You are not, ne? It's only Natasha who's not. She's the only one answering. The rest are ready for this life.
She's not.
Okay, let me throw some values. See exactly what is the error message. Okay. Oh, now I get it. Everything here it's Pashash, data source, SQL Server, and all that. Here's our inserts into members. Let me write it here. Insert into members. Why is it not working on the other side? And then values are as follows: name, surname, gender, email, citizenship. Name is Tendo Bakali. Mail tbakali@gmail.com SA. Execute this thing. This thing is working. Copy exactly the same code. Exactly the same code. Come to Visual Studio, paste it. Paste it like that. Insert into members. Values are these, but instead of Tendo, I need to pick this from name text box text. Instead of saying Bakali, need to get out of surname text box dot text. This is citizenship. Selected item dot to string. Instead of email, we are done. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
We'll know that Natasha was praying for it not to work. We don't leave. We don't leave. It's not even time yet.
10 minutes, Yana says.
Not even time. We will get it. Where is the error? No. By the way, Monday we're writing. And the other Monday we're also writing the exam. So Monday is the test. And on the other Monday is the exam. Okay, let's revisit this whole thing here. Starting from the top. SQL connection, con. The connection is there. Everything imnandi. We try to open the connection. Looks like kumnandi here. We write a command which says insert, which is working on the other side. Same command. Comma con is there. Why do I have 2 semicolons here? Could that be the error? I'll be surprised. It's not the one. After that, the command itself is executed. Catch the exception. Let's call this error 2 and we'll link it together with EXX. This will only allow me to know if the connection is working, and we're only missing it on the SQL statement. So if we get error, that means the connection is wrong. If we get error 2, so we now know what the issue is. I feel like this should be on the test. What do you think? Very same project on the test. You will get it. Maybe we need to enforce. This thing works. I blame the person who added members. Members. That person ruined our project because now members is no longer recognized. I should follow the member person. Why it fails, it fails. Plus it's Friday. Hey. Ah!
Let's use that. It's a sign, yes.
It's a sign that we need to sit and figure out the error. Eh?
No fun of Friday.
Okay. It's almost time. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to find this error. Pray. Start praying. Okay, so the error, actually, you know what the error is saying? The error is saying the name of the table we wrote is not correct. So it's saying these members is not correct. Funny enough, the same statement works here on the thing. You see, exactly the same one. Because now if we were to say in our table, show us the details that are in members, there will be these values that I keep adding here. You see these ones? I keep running the same statement. It's gonna add person number 3 now. So let's execute and see. There we go. Person number 3 is in the list. But you take the same line there, and its first option is to say this table is wrong. Maybe let's use this person table. Let's add someone's table here. We will say who completed the table correctly in that order. No one completed the table.
The SQL. Let's try to run.
How is it named?
Why are you disappointing us?
People are saying it. She has done it. This one.
Yes. They don't.
Okay, it says it's fine. Let's agree. Take the new connection string. How many bread did they give you today? How many slices? Looks like. Hey? They were breaking records.
Even 8.
If Kutlano took 8, this was gonna work. This is supposed to work.
Took my phone from me.
So let's check. Is your table called members? Good one.
Yeah, it's members. Just DBO in between.
Don't worry.
Yeah, it's members.
Don't worry about
Members, and the order is in this fashion: name, surname, gender, email, and citizenship. The order.
It's names and gender investigation.
If it doesn't work, we know. We're counting on you. You are our winner here. One for Kutlwano. Pa! He saved the day.
It was very me a special drink.
I will buy you 2 cards, Kutlwano.
Okay, let's go to Kutlwano's table and see if those values are there. So select top 1000. There we go. All right. See? You can't just give up. It has to work. I think this person who did members, Natasha, is the one ruining the day here. So something is happening with these two. So I'm not really sure, because you can tell the table is here, but whether it's being confused because this person, maybe they also wanted to write members and it says members already exist. That's what I'm thinking. And the person now doesn't want to come out. We know it's Natasha. All right, so this video is exclusive, ne? It's not for anyone. 1 hour something.